What's up, YouTube? This is Zen Cartel, XIEN, exit ignorance into intelligence. I'm trying to figure out what that even means nowadays. Um, I try to look in the pattern of the X, so I try to cut through the middle in a way. You can't cut corners. That's what they say, and that's true. At the when you represent the X, you don't cut corners. You're in the corner if you really know what the X is the representation of. The X, it could be spun around and put into the cross, as the Templar Knights use, for some reason. But they use sacred geometry at their hands, at their fingertips. Not only them, the Masons, they're related. That's what I've been looking at history. I've been looking at the world today, and it seemed like it's just too much bickering and battering about black and white and Asian and Indian and Pakistani and Middle Eastern or that era or whatever that part of the earth. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out who I am, bro. And I can't always follow what people say because I know how I feel. I know how I wake up every day, and I know how I live. I know what I've felt. I don't know everything. I don't. People try to say like, "Well, you know everything." Nah, it's not that. But I just know differently. I've experienced differently. It just some things it just don't make no sense to me. And I'm just like, why? And every time I ask that question, why, I get closer to the answer of, oh, okay, that makes sense. Why? And when I read certain things, I connect so instantly. And, I try to find people who connect instantly. And they do. But sometimes some things are still kind of flawed in a way. I, I look for teachers within friendship. I don't always like talking and teaching to people because it's annoying. It's a struggle. I'm 28 at this, so I still feel young. I don't feel like a teacher, but I've always been a teacher. But I always felt like the student, and everybody keep looking at me as, oh well, you know a lot. I'm just like, I just know what I know. I don't know a lot. I haven't. Maybe it's out of fear, or maybe it's just out of my past lives. Like I kind of already know, but I don't know, but I know. And I just try to follow my blessing and try to encourage people. Just following your blessing, bro. Like, don't worry about all that knowledge because it's deep. It's too deep. The roots, we talking about chakras. People talk about chakras, bro. Like, we literally talking about taking our energy and planting it into taking that light euphoric energy. People who know that type of terminology take that light and plant it deep into the core of the earth. How many miles, how many deep crevices and dirt, grime, and unknown properties and shit, like, lithosphere and all that stuff, whatever, that's sky and stuff like that. But it's that too. We talking about taking light, euphoric light, planting it into the core of the earth, and also shooting it out into the universe, letting it connect with the sunlight and harnessing that light bringing it in to the center core energy, solar plex energy, focusing it into that. I think I already said solar plex energy, ringing it around your body, letting it swirl. You're just talking about the rings of the solar plex. If I don't know, that's what I've experienced through meditation, going through the different, I guess I don't want to say alien species, extraterrestrials. There we go. We'll say extraterrestrials talking to these people, sitting in their sessions, and really just learning to laugh, learning to just be free. Not it's more than free though, because you got deeper knowledge that people don't believe in freedom, and that's a fact. We have in our history, but we have a level of it, and they want to take it away. The power to just sit down in a field and root. You don't know how good that feels. And this whole conversation is coming from like it's not really an argument. It was the dispute whether eating meat or eating certain foods is, bad for you. And I do believe that's true. But in my experience, me eating certain foods have just it's kind of like healed me. It's weird. Now, I don't always eat bad food. I try to eat, good food as much as possible. Um, as far as like being vegan, like I feel like I just had a bad experience with being vegan, and I've came across certain knowledge, came across certain things that say, well, veganism is not true. And I remember even, hearing the closest person to me, which is my cousin, and I'm always gonna listen to my cousin. Well, maybe not always. No, no shade. Like I love my cousin, but just saying I gotta follow my own path. But at the same time, my cousin ain't dumb. Like he's like, yo, well, veganism, that's fucking paganism, not paganism. My bad. No, he didn't say that. But he said it's just a fucking marketing flaw. Like that's all it is. That whole vegan shit. I mean, it's a community. I'm not saying that veganism is wrong. If you're a vegan, you be a vegan. I don't care. Like, but my whole thing is just like me personally. I'm not gonna sit there and choose to be vegan when I feel like, nah, something's wrong. Like, I need to change. Like, and the first thing I have to look at is my diet. Like, I cannot sit there and refuse not to look at my diet when I sit there and feel how I feel. Like, very angry, aggressive and stuff like that. And, it's from other experiences as well. Like, things I'll probably get into later. Um, if I actually, like, start coming up and doing these YouTube videos and just doing vlogs. Like, I mean, I see people all day just coming up on here and just talking about, I don't want to say nothing. Like, they're just talking about what's going on in their lives. And I guess I don't come up on here enough and just talk about what's going on in my life. I've seen many people say, like, well, like, I tried to go to therapy, but, I just started doing YouTube. And I'm just like, where? Like, I don't know if y'all watched Choice, my girlfriend. She put me on him, but yeah, like she put me on him, and I appreciate that, cause like I only watch Blast from Sage T. That's the homie. That's gonna be the homie for life. it's unfortunate with certain things be happening to certain YouTubers, man. And it's weird. I be kind of like feeling their pain, but I feel everybody pain. I'm a water sign, bro. But this was just a little rant, I guess, because I was aggravated, and I'm tired of always being aggravated and not saying nothing about it. Like, I'm tired of always hearing people saying, I don't want to say dumb shit, but it be dumb shit, bro. Like, it's just things that I guess I put two and two together that people don't talk about. And I know why they don't talk about it, because we in this whole world fixated on industry and property and getting lit and money and counting bands and blue faces and da 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 da. And I'm just like, I mean, that's cool. Get your money. Like, I can't. I'm tired of motherfuckers like, oh well, you hating on the kid. I'm just like, ain't nobody hating on you getting bread, but the way y'all niggas just flaunt it around and just act like it wasn't hard to get is ridiculous, and y'all don't put it back into y'all hood or y'all community. Like, I could see if y'all motherfuckers really came back, it was organized, organizing motherfucking basketball teams, sports leagues, da 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 da, stadiums, and but y'all just blow it on motherfucking diamonds and hoes, guns to shoot other niggas, to set niggas up. Like, and it's corny, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, I'm ready for, and it's weird because it's like you got hood niggas that's intelligent. Like, these motherfuckers ain't stupid. Like, and none of these dudes stupid. Like, the fuck? It's just choices, bro. Like, I'm not hating on nobody choices and experience. You got what you got, and a lot of times you're gonna live that life. I I just come from both sides. I come from a good life. I come from a bad life. Good place and a bad place. Like purgatory, bro. It's not purgatory for me though. I find Vesica Pisces through through this whole experience. Um, I find light and balance, but I would love to achieve supreme balance. And supreme balance don't mean me. It mean me in the community in some way, shape, or form. Most of these people get up on this YouTube and they make a good, I don't know, they express themselves very well, and they find similar people that understand exactly what they're going through. And I'm just like, damn. I mean, don't get me wrong. I found those people, but a lot of times I just find that disconnect in some way, shape, or form. It's just like, I don't. I guess we just so focused on our journeys, our inner journeys at the same time, while like we looking at the outer experience. And I'm just like, this outer matrix, or like it's just this government shit, like this motherfucking residential shit, this motherfucking job shit, this motherfucking travel shit, this motherfucking car shit, everything. You gotta fly on a plane. It's like $8,000. Nah, basically, because it's just like you can't. We not even our own motherfucking rightful territories, bro. Like this metropolitan city type shit, whatever the fuck. And then it's weird. Like you read books and you read certain things, whatever that say things like, oh well, living in a metropolitan environment is not healthy for the average person because you're collecting so many, you're around so many souls and individuals, and it's weird. I remember like meditating on top of this hill over in Sugar Hill and shit, going into like Washington Heights, and over the it's like on this big rock, whatever. It's on the side of the like a mountain, whatever, and at the bottom is a highway, and next to the highway is the East River, and across the highway, or across the river or whatever, is a motherfucking another freeway and shit, and across that is the Bronx, buildings, everything, like, and it's just cars after cars after cars after cars, and then you got the train passing, honking, like making noise and shit, and all of these frequencies, all of these different, I don't know what the fuck it's called, erosion or some shit like that, whatever, but molecules are always rapidly moving all at once on pavement across the earth, going into Manhattan, going into to wherever, like, and it's weird because like my the, my territory skills of New York is so crazy. Like I can literally tell you because I walk this shit, I bike this shit, basically, and I'm basically giving you climate, like the climate, the way everything is set up is for a reason. People can't just sit there and drive wherever they want. Like you drive along certain areas. Like now, when you get into the inner cities and shit like that, yeah, you can, whatever. But it's still set up in a frame, a mainframe, a mechanism where they have traffic lights, traffic laws, cops, uh, uh, in the street, whatever, um, doing shit, whatever, directing traffic and shit like that. You got bike lanes. You got cameras everywhere, whatever the fuck. It's come on, bro. You got Easy Pass, and it's just like, yo, this is weird because like people we play games of this shit, Sims, like SimCity, SimCity 2000, the Sims period, and it's just about playing God. Who's playing God in our planet? Like I got into two two like I don't like saying altercation. It's not altercation. It is a conversation. I need to find balance within these conversations, and it's gonna boil people's blood because I'm just like, nah, bro, I got a different experience. I got a different reading from everything. I've I can't sit there and just look at things as it is. Oh, that's like that for a reason, bro. They created that way. Like, I say this as a creator. Like, I make poetry for God's sakes. Like, and I write my poetry specifically. I say my poetry specifically in my spoken word in a certain type of way because that's why I want to say it. Like, it's expression. And it's weird because it's like, oh, well, I don't understand. You don't need to understand. You need to understand that you have your own expression techniques. And it may not be spoken word. It may be geometry. You may be book smart. You may be college smart. You may be people smart. You may be technique smart. You know, you may be instinct smart, combat smart. You could be all the above. I mean, you have different people with different roles and all different ways of being. I didn't mean to make this freaking like 20 minutes, but I just got like I got into the moment. So next video, I don't even know what the title is. I'll just title like expressions or something, cause I hate trying to pin a direct topic on what I'm saying. Oh yeah, we gotta break down this, we gotta break down that. Like, I'm not Pharaoh. Like, that's and I don't mean to just pin the job on young Pharaoh. I got I do need to, dig into the deepest parts of my all and pull out that 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 inner being that, I really need to be and focus on. But at the same time, I just be like, bro, I'm chilling right now, bro. Like, like I hate to say it like that, but it's just like I've been I never been tired until like 2 3 years ago, and I'm just like, yo, I'm done. I never came to that moment in all the years of my life, and once I got hit by a car, I'm just like, I'm done with this, and I was never done with the whole knowledge shit. I'm still on it. Like, and that's what people think. Oh well, then now you what you mean you done? Just because I'm not reading books chapter to chapter and da 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 this that and the third. I pay attention to everything, and it's annoying, bro. Like sometimes it's just annoying, and through my guidance and through certain spiritual frequencies that I have obtained, certain things be saying, yo, just relax and find a way to remain and gather back to balance. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how Pharaoh do it. How he, but he just finds balance in everything he does, and I honor that. And I feel like more black men need to listen to Pharaoh because he is the the leader of the new generation. And it's I can't sit there and say that everything with Pharaoh I agree with. I don't. But I still love the bro. That's still my brother. And it doesn't matter if I disagree with certain things that he say because of my experience. I know my experience. And I'm like, well, maybe I'm not getting a full grasp on what vegan really is. Maybe I'm not getting a full grasp of what being vegetarian really is. Because me personally, I just don't see how someone can remain vegan, all that, whatever, by just, like, I understand how you get fat content through, like, coconut oil, motherfucking get stuff from, like, avocados and shit. But I'm not, I guess it's, I don't know, maybe it's just self-control or something like that. I'm just supposed to, it's weird. And I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, well, I'm going to eat McDonald's every day. No. Like, but eating clean meat is. And the only reason why I mention Pharaoh is because Pharaoh is a chosen, I believe, vegan, or I believe he follows the Dr. Sebi diet. But Pharaoh is a different individual. And he also broke down every food, every food diet and gave you the goods and the bad. So I'm just like, wait, like, whoa, if if he's sitting on this, then how are people still lost? Because it's just like, I don't know, bro. I cannot see myself just remaining vegan. Maybe if I was heavy or something like that, or if I was trying to lose weight, but I'm definitely trying to gain weight. And I know Pharaoh fights. Like, so it's strange, bro. Like, and I listen to I watch Michaela Valletta, and as far as her whole her whole thing is about body, the body. We got the spiritual, bro. Now let's get into the body exactly. And from her studies, which I don't know why, but the ancestors have guided me to her and have said study on her as far as body techniques. And when I met my trainer, my body trainer, which I need to hit up and got you, he mentioned that his whole intelligence on the body is ridiculous. Like, but he's been working on the body for 10 years, on and off, but he's still been working consistent. When he tells me things, I connect instantly. So I'm just like, you are the person that I want. Point blank period. So knowing this, and the thing that, like, he also tells me exactly what I need to gain weight. I have to, eat more, of course, increase intake. Uh, Also, the timing of workouts is the workouts and timing and eating is, and my sensei also taught me these things as well. Now, my sensei as well doesn't eat meat. Um, Chosen by, I believe, health choices. So this is my thing is about health choices when it comes down to people and bodies. Every body is mal, man, molecularly different in all different structures and shapes and sizes. Some people develop cancer. Some people develop, certain sicknesses, da da da, and diabetes and all these different things, whatever. Which I don't know, but to my knowledge, none of these things. I don't. Maybe they weren't marked in history, but it's weird because history has always been marked, bro. Since the days of Africa, before things switched from white rule to black rule. I mean, black rule to white rule, or vice versa. If yo, anyway, so it's just like all these things have changed, and as we move forward into the future, we're still learning about the world. We have 3 billion people on the planet, and most of these motherfuckers don't even have health insurance to even go into a motherfucking hospital and get checked out, especially in America. So I'm just like if you in Canada, you lucky. But as far as America, it's different. Like, I mean, you can get health insurance and shit. Like, I'm not saying you can't. But at the same time, medical history is still studying. This is why they rather treat your ass than heal your ass. Like, and it'd be weird because I'm just like, well, why people don't just know this? Why people don't just understand that people are just still learning? This earth, this human race is so young in age. Y'all think, oh well, we've been alive for 3 million years or whatever the fuck the exact number is. I don't know the exact number, but I'm just like, but nigga, the planet is over 3 billion, right? It's older than that, and then not to mention the universe, which has multiple galaxies. which are have different time structures because you got all these niggas talking about, oh well, time ain't real, which is not, but at the same time it's still a structure. It's still a thing. Time exists. This is why the motherfucking Egyptians, wrote time in the pyramids. So I'm just like, they were learning. And they were coming out of the ice age, so called. If I'm not mistaken. Like, humans were just coming out of the motherfucking ice age. This is why you got black and white and this whole Neanderthal and blah 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 blah. But then you got motherfucking whites being racist towards Irish people who are also motherfuckers Caucasian to me. So I'm like, well, why can't Irish blacks and dogs can't come in? What's why? I'm going through like racism. I'm just going through time. I'm going through different things and different motions. Is why I'm saying these things. But it's just it don't be making no sense. You got so many different historians and different motherfuckers saying they point and they messages and get into debates and arguments and blah 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 blah. But I'm just like, why can't you just settle on the fact that we just all still learning? All of us. Like, people learn on different spiritual levels and spiritual like guidances. That's why none of these motherfucking millionaire rappers are doing anything for the goddamn hood. There's some of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying not all of them, but let's take it. Like, you look at the true roster of actual rappers that are actually in the game right now, and it's a mediocre. So that means they're not really handing out a lot of millions to a lot of rappers right now. Even though you're seeing a bunch of fuck looking boys. I'm sorry to say it. I kind of I like a lot of these little young dudes. To be honest with you, I like the new wave. I like it better than the old wave. But what I like from the old wave is that they was actually saying a message. Some, like, not all of them. Like, we get into this whole conscious, what actually conscious music is. It's like conscious music never really actually exists when you really actually listen and comprehend what some people are saying. I'm just like, y'all really just talking about money and hoes. It's just in a different type of way. Y'all know how to rap. Like, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. You know what I mean? That's J. Cole ain't conscious. He's a great artist. He's an artist. He's a great poet. He's a great representative of expression. I'm not saying he don't do nothing for the hood neither. He definitely educates, but he doesn't, to my perspective, don't educate to the level of conscious. Now you can say Kendrick is conscious. Kendrick is very conscious, but Kendrick has a limit to consciousness. I'm not saying that his limit is. I'm not saying that he has a limit, but as far as industry, he has a limit, and we all know this. So we don't all know this. I'm sorry to say that, but for the majority of people who are digging into certain things, blah blah blah, you call yourself a historian, you call yourself knowledge and blah blah blah, that number and shit like that. That's cool, but you have to come to the agreement that we are all learning on this planet. This planet is still young. And this is why motherfuckers can get sit here and oh my God, the amount of stupidity that is on this planet right now over especially the black community. Even the white community. It's all communities. People don't have, people rather empathy than sympathy. And, it's true. But y'all motherfuckers don't have spirituality. Y'all don't have the old life. You have corporation. You have industry. You have paycheck. You got dollar bill, y'all. You got blue face. It's terrible. And then it's just like when you have these great doctors, great leaders, these moguls that have been evolved, they get no play. They get their own fan base. Now, I can say that, if they get keen to social media. But what about the people that don't give a fuck about social media? There's still a world out here, bro. Everything ain't social media. You see a new person every day on social media. So that really tells you how vast the world is. For some reason, everybody's trying to get popping. I'm just like, why y'all not trying to get popping with this knowledge? Why not trying to get popping with this growth? And bringing motherfuckers in together and let's break it down, bro. And it's just like, y'all motherfuckers y'all so busy worrying about how we can sit there and get things in order, and y'all niggas ain't never even take charge, bro. Y'all got the people's voice. Y'all got motherfucking Instagram, Twitter, but y'all let corporations take hold of y'all shit. And now y'all they screen and they filter every goddamn thing, and you can't say certain things, even on YouTube now. Like, I'm sure I'm gonna have to probably go through this video and block out certain words because I might get demonetized or something like that if I get too popping or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. And it's just like, it's just sad that when people have something that is beneficial, they already find the way to, how can I scheme on this shit? I'm just like, y'all niggas is so worried about scheming. Y'all never just worrying about, like, how can we just get together? And everybody like the scheme. That's the funny part. It seems like people love the scheme more than just the intellectual hustle. The grind through, fuck the system. Fuck that whole well, we gotta get it through this politics. It ain't no politics about this shit, nigga. This world need help. The fuck? How the hell we gonna politic about that shit? And that's the problem. Y'all put the hands of the people into the corporation, into the industry, and y'all said, y'all could have it. Yep, you could take me off the farm and you could put me in a damn warehouse or what is that, a machine shop, and they made millions while they cut you a paycheck for dollar bills, paper currency, treasury. Damn, bro. 40 minutes, bro. I'm gonna have to learn how to chop videos up and just give y'all snippets of what I say. And I'm really gonna try to be funny in these videos. I'm gonna try and be funny because people like when you got a little sense of humor and shit. I got a sense of humor. Like, I love life, but at the same time, yo, I don't like this shit. I don't like how things is rolling. I just, bro. I'm just like, yo, y'all, we need to clean this up. And people, it's not like people ain't doing the work, but it's just, I don't understand why just the simpleness of poetry in New York just hasn't arisen. Like, I mean, just blown up the whole everything. And it's because people are trying to get over. And that's why I want to be like funny and like humorous in these videos because when I be watching Dave Chappelle, he's sad. He's sad as fuck. But that nigga funnier than a motherfucker. The way he break down history is ridiculous. And I see the intellectuals. I see like people like Quentin Tarantino and even I don't know, like it's people who really write and put in things into video art and restructure history nowadays. They really know what they're doing. They really done experience some shit. That's number one. And number two, they've really just been in history. They've made it, especially in America. Like it's so rich and then it's so poor at the same time. It just doesn't make no sense. And it's all because corporation, bro. It's all because greed. Like you see social media nowadays that how they just post it online nowadays. Oh, blah 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 blah. The richest person is something $1 billion. Probably more than that. Billion, trillion, trillion. I don't even know. I don't know if you have a trillionaire, a true actual trillionaire, and it's weird because I play motherfucking simulators, and the way things be skysing up, I'm just like, damn, this is already in the trillions. It's in the AAs. Just like, what the hell is AA? And I'm just like, you got money that long? Y'all trying to build money that long? And it's just like, how many lives and how many souls are gonna have to be printed, executed, and just lost to whatever type of unknown, you know, it has to be casualties type of list that you have. Because, you keep it 100, there's casualties. People die every day, of course. But there's a statistical number on how many lives they want. That's what you have to pay attention to. Stop paying attention to, oh, well, just nothing. Statistical numbers. Nigga, you need to add that shit up, bro. And you don't, if you have to ask that, okay, well, I need to add this up, then nigga, there's a problem. Statistical numbers, oh, blah, 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 this amount of people die every day, blah, 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 versus how many people are on the planet. And they always update the number. And it's like 3.1 billion. The richest person has $3 billion. I don't see everybody holding a dollar in their hand. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, just pay attention to history because it's being made right in front of you. Even, we go back to my favorite movie to go back to is Back to the Future. That's a perfect and fun-loving movie to watch and really pay attention to history within it. Now you're gonna have to look within the lines and shit, but look at the characters keenly and look at what everything is being presented to you. 9/11 was predicted to have fallen in that, what was it? Fucking 11 years? 11 years or something like that before it hit. I think it came out in 1985, 1981 was the first movie that came out. They predicted in the second movie, which came out, I think 1985 or something like that he jumped to the future, went to 2012, I believe, or was it 2014? I forget because Nike had came out with those pair of sneakers and shit like that. They had them on deck, of course, charged them by two bands, which is actually cheap. But anyway, motherfucking predicted that, because his father was hanging upside down in the house, and he was looking at the photo. He was pulling down the screen, whatever, when they was watching TV and shit, and it was 9/11. The It was the 9/11 there, but if you look at the father, he was upside down in a little like hammock type robotic hammock or something like that. I don't know what it was, but he was crawling around all over the floor. I remember when I first saw that when I was younger. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? But anyway, yeah, like feel me? History. They blew up the towers. Of course, that's why they had it backwards and falling. And I think they had like trees under it or something like that. I forget. But then also they predicted Donald Trump. Like, and I'm just like, how the fuck y'all niggas ain't see that? Not to mention this whole blue sky thing that happened, not too long ago, which people don't even talk about anymore. But yeah, people don't even talk about that shit. And I know what that was. People ain't gonna talk about it, but I know what that was. Anyway, this is Zen Cartel, XIEN, exit ignorance into intelligence. And I'm really gonna have to break this video up. It's 46 minutes. I don't know if YouTube's gonna allow me to upload that, but if anybody sits through this, I'm on day ones. So